Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Just wanted to give you a quick video here. First off, I want to introduce my trainer. A lot of you may know Junior Honduras. He was gracious enough to allow me to come on his truck, and this video here basically is going to be an unedited video. What you see is what you get, all bloopers and whatever's going to happen. So, and the reason I want to do that, guys, I want it to be as real as possible and want you to understand what I'm experiencing here as I'm going through training. I'm on day 3, and so I want to kind of go over the things that I'm pretty good with, just the experiences that I had coming onto the truck, and a little bit of the training that we've gone through so far. I've learned probably 2% of 105% of the stuff I've got to learn. So it's a lot. It's really a lot. First off, I wanted to thank Junior for allowing me to record. This was not my idea. I had no intentions on recording anything during training, because the reason why is because I want to focus more on training than anything else. So I just in conversation, I told him that I had a channel, and he offered and this, I guess sometimes it's kind of good to maybe talk about things and to, like you said, you see a live reaction of what if somebody's competent, or I guess.
Well, there's a time and place for everything. Is what I want to say to that. As far as the recording goes. We're down. We're waiting to deliver tomorrow morning. Why not?
Right.
I mean,
I appreciate it.
What we're gonna do is get some rest. So, in between the rest let's do the video.
Okay. Cool. So I'm going to start off with a few questions, basically of expectations that I had, maybe that more than likely were different when I got here. But I will tell you first off, before we get into that, no matter where you go, what trucking company you go, or whatever job you go to, guys, this particular one is, first off, is what I'm going to explain, okay, what we're basically dealing with here. But if you're going to work and go to train with anyone in the trucking industry, remember, you're being invited onto their house, okay? This little 6x6 square is their property, right? Their domain. So you must first, obviously, got to respect them, respect their wishes. First, find out what their rules are, okay? And abide by them. Simple as that. There's no gray area in that. If they want you to do a certain thing, this man's been doing this job for going on 11 years. He's been training people. He loves training people. So he obviously has a standard that he likes to train on. First and foremost, be clean. So he wants everyone to be clean, but be respectful on the man's truck, or for anyone's truck for that matter. So with that being said, so after the PSD, which is the pad training that you do when you come to Prime, and then after the interview with your trainer, what do you look for when you're basically sorting through a trainee after your phone call? I'm assuming our training or recruiting center calls you, training department calls you and says, "Hey, we got a guy for you."
Well, when they, good question. When they first, and this is something I've never put out there either, just because it's my way of doing certain things, and if I put it out there, then it's like with anything. It may work for me, it may not work for the other person, and if it doesn't work for them, then they're going to blame me. So when I get the call, it's first thing is like, all right, let me call this person and do a brief interview on the phone and get a feel for the person. Nothing's guaranteed still, and nothing is guaranteed until I meet in person and doing a face-to-face interview with you, because over the phone it's hard to judge somebody as to how they are.
Right.
I like to read the people, read the person, and you know, dispatch can tell me, hey, you taking them? No, I'm not taking nobody yet. Let me interview them first, and that's why I always get a load to the yard, interview the person, the student, and then go from there. There's been times where I've interviewed and it didn't work out.
See, Prime does a really, really great job of trying to sort through all that stuff that these trainers don't really have to mess with, but they're allowed to have a standard themselves. So they find them the best geographical person that they can, obviously smoker, non-smoker, or whatever. And then is this person receptive? Is this person, what kind of values they'll ask you all that when you go through training. They'll ask you what kind of values and stuff. So they're going to obviously get you teamed with somebody that's going to be more, that'll mesh with your learning ability, right? So so it's not like he's being biased. He's handed a whole handful of selections to pick from, and he just chooses the one that, you know, and they all do. All trainers, well, they choose the one that's...
They give me the person's name. They say, hey, Junior, we got a student here, you know, a TNT student. I said, all right, cool. So I pick up the phone, call them up because they give me their number, interview them on the phone, and then interview them in person. Just like the trainer's going to interview the trainee. Trainee can do the same thing about the trainer. There may be something that the trainer does or has, and the trainee doesn't want that.
Perfect example. Before Junior called me, before I was offered to go to work for him, my first trainer that was offered to me for TNT, awesome guy, but he smoked. And I said, yeah, that was my first thing. I said, I'm a non-smoker. That's kind of I can't do that. You know, but if worse comes to worse and there was nothing else, I mean, I guess I'd have to go with it. But
no, you don't want to do that either.
But if I had an option, I'd rather wait. You know?
That's the thing. You don't want to do that. You don't want to have to do something, because the experience that you have here is going to reflect on the company. If your experience is good, you don't think the company's good.
Right.
If your experience is bad, you're going to think the company's bad. So if you're forcing yourself to do something you don't want to do, you're going to be miserable every time you go to drive, man. You're like, man, this thing, my clothes stink, this and that, you know what I mean? So let's move on to question number 2. Because I flew out here, so I brought everything I thought I would need. I'm overkill. I've got work boots that look like I'm going to go to work for a steel factory, hard with steel toes, and I didn't know what the blue jeans, I had no idea. So what should someone look to possibly bring onto a truck as far as clothes or whatnot? This is another video that I haven't done yet, because again, every trainer is different. I don't really like to put out what I want, because again, everybody's different. So once you get on my truck, I tell you, I always recommend myself, if you come with me, bring it up close. Nobody's doing laundry on the road. Have enough clothes, have a jacket, a sweater. Sometimes we'll go into the freezers and count product. Shower shoes, extra towel, hygiene stuff, a little pouch for your toothbrush. Anytime we get up in the morning, we don't want to carry the whole backpack just to brush our teeth and stuff. So that.
And I believe me, I'm making a list, because I'm that guy. I've got way too much stuff, you know. So. And you know, and I give my students some space in the cabinets in the front, on the sides and stuff, some cabinet space, which some trainers don't, because the trainers have too much stuff in their trucks. So. And that kind of rolls into question number 4 for our 5 is where can I put my stuff when I get on the truck?
Well, yeah, and every trainer is going to have. Every trainer should have. Not every trainer is going to have. Every trainer should have a spot to where they tell you where to do certain things and where to put certain things. And I try to accommodate my students as much as I can, because I myself used to be a student here. I myself used to be on the other side. I used to be in your shoes, so I know what it's like. And my trainer was good. My trainer accommodated me well. So I'm just passing that on. And again, I understand, because I used to be in your shoes. So I'm gonna give you as much space as I can.
I appreciate it. And then, yeah, you definitely did. Give me more, actually more than what I needed, but yeah.
And then the fridge, we share the fridge. Is if you're the type that wants to buy TV dinners and eat when you can, because obviously if I'm sleeping, you're not gonna open the curtain and pop a TV dinner. But the microwave's there. It's whatever you want to do, man. I mean, just be respectful, and if you get it dirty, clean it up.
So moving on, this kind of goes with what he was talking about earlier, what we've talked about as far as downsizing. I'm going to bring back on my next, when we go home and do a swap out here with my clothes, I'm going to bring an easier fitting clothes, like more slide on shorts. And I didn't know you could wear that stuff. Honestly, I mean, I'm looking at guys walking around in flip-flops. Now that's a little extreme. I'm not going to do that, but I had no idea. So I'm going to make it a lot easier on myself, and also more comfortable for being on the truck.
Well, you're going to be driving 9-10 hours a day. You want to be comfortable. You want to be comfortable enough to where it's almost like you're at home and you get in the truck and you're driving. Obviously, not too comfortable where it seems like you're going to go swimming in the pool.
Right.
Nothing like that, but enough to where you're still presentable and checking in to shippers and receivers and stuff to where, it's still presentable, like I said. So, and as far as the clothing, when I say bring enough, I always make sure that students have enough as far as, whether it's, boxer briefs, socks, shirts and pants, or shorts. Some people don't wear shorts. I had a student one time, he didn't wear shorts. All he wore his pants. Okay, cool. Not everybody wears shorts, but
right.
I don't know why, but me, I'm comfortable, man.
So we went over, asked the rules of the truck, went over that. Tell me a little bit about your dividing the clean zone.
So I tell my students, I have floor mats on the front and in the middle. Take your shoes off in the front. Anything beyond the mat on the front, whether it's the driver or passenger side, you gotta wear socks. You gotta take your shoes off. I keep my truck clean. I got rugs in the back. There's a floor mats in the front, the car mats, and try to keep it as clean as we possibly can, because if we're stepping outside is not the cleanest place.
Right.
There's
all kinds of dirty down there. Yeah.
Anything you can think of.
Yeah.
Anything you can think of.
Engine oil to anything you can think.
Human stuff, if that makes sense.
Right.
So if you're stepping on all this, you're bringing it into the truck. Now you step into the back. When you take your shoes off, you're going to step on that stuff and you're going to put it on the bed. Now we're sleeping with that stuff. And no. So I tell my students, take the shoes off in the front and then socks in the back. I'm strict on that. I think Al can vouch for that, and any of my other students. I'm very strict when it comes to that. I'm like, no. Take your shoes off, man. What? I actually gotta get it. Well, take your shoes off. If you just get something, you still gotta take your shoes off.
Something. Honestly, I didn't really think about it till he told me and explained it to me, and I'm like, as soon as he said it, I'm like, I get it. Yeah, because if you bring something bad back to the clean area, now you've gotten that everywhere, right? You've got it on your socks. You got, next thing you know, you got a whole truck contaminated because you could have left it up here. So
another thing too, nobody helps me clean the truck. I clean the truck myself. So I'm gonna be strict because I keep it clean.
Right.
Whether you help me or not, it's gonna be clean, and I'm gonna be strict in that part, because I'm not gonna. No, I can't imagine bringing that stuff back there. But yeah, shoes off.
All right. I told him that my feet didn't stink, right? But I've never taken my shoes off, and my shoes are new now. Really, these are brand new. I've worn maybe. Well, I've been here. This coming Friday will be 3 weeks, right? So I've been wearing these for 2.5 weeks, right? And my feet don't stink. He said, all right. just giving you a little advice. Maybe you get some motor eaters.
So yeah,
That's advice he gives them to everybody, right? So I took my boots off the first time in his truck. Oh yeah, I was grabbing my spray and spraying my boots. I was embarrassed.
and
Now he said he didn't smell it, but of course I did.
well, when he told me, I was like, what?
I felt bad.
You know, but
I really did.
That's why I tell people, get the odor eaters, Dr. Scholl's odor eaters, and put them in the shoes. It helps.
Yeah.
It helps tremendously, and it works. Another thing too is bring extra socks.
Yeah.
Even if our feet sweat,
Mm-hmm.
no matter what.
Yeah.
Whether I have shoes that are very ventilated or shoes that are not, our feet sweat. I mean, just that's human nature.
Right.
So, Dr. Scholl's odor eaters works to prevent that. And if we have socks that we can change to every day, then if anything, have socks if you feel that you may have a problem with your feet.
Right.
Then change your socks every day. That is something that you will know because you told me, oh, it smells. I said, well, I don't smell nothing, but okay.
And I'm hoping all this stuff will help you guys out, that you won't do what I did and experience this, because it was a little embarrassing.
Oh, and another thing, speaking of socks, make sure you got enough socks where you change them every day if you feel like there's an issue with your feet. And black socks works better. Black socks.
Black socks. Shows less dirt.
Correct.
Keep yourself clean. Dude, take a shower, man. Don't just, you hear about these guys, oh, I got wet wipes. I bought a whole pack of wet wipes. I got the dude cloths or dude wet wipes. And I understand that that's for emergency stuff and you're doing real quick. But man, even if you got to pay for it, what's a shower if you got to pay for it? $15?
$15.
Dude, go take a bath. Wash your ass. Oh, excuse my language, but go wash yourself. You know what I mean? Dude, you have to take a bath. Especially if you're with somebody else. If you want to be nasty and you're in a truck by yourself, that's one thing. But when you're with someone else and you're in their home, take a little pride. Not only that, it makes you learn better, makes you feel better, right? And it makes your trainer want to train you better. If not, he's going to want to get you off the hell off his truck and you stink,
Well, that would never happen in my truck.
Because you'd wash him down.
Well, no. I told you from the beginning, we're not going to be able to shower every day.
Right.
We're going to try to do it every other day. If we get a chance, then we'll do it, but most likely every other day. That's just
Trucking.
Right. That's our job. That's our lifestyle. But if when it comes for shower time, I said, all right, let's go shower, Terry. And you said, nah, I'll pass. I'm like, what? You for real? Okay, cool. And then I ask you again, hey, we're gonna go shower? And you say, nah. Okay, cool. At that point, next thing I'm gonna ask you would be to grab your stuff and take it off, because we're here at the Campus Inn and you get off the truck. No questions asked. At that point, I'm not gonna question anything. And at that point, I don't care what Prime says. Oh, you can't bring it. Watch.
How embarrassing would that be? Just think about it. If I'm 51 years old, right? How embarrassing would that be for another grown man that I've known for 3 days? have to eat, period. It doesn't matter. No one should have to tell you, dude.
And
go clean yourself.
And if you have a trainer that's the opposite of what we're talking now, that doesn't want to shower, you go shower and also get in touch with the right people at whatever company you're working at to let them know what's going on and that you would like to get a new trainer, because you're not wanting to be with somebody that's not wanting to shower maybe once a week, 5, 6, 7 days. Nah, nobody wants to train. How do you even train? How do you feel about training when you got somebody that showers every 6, 7 days? Can you imagine the stink in that truck?
Bad.
So again, this is for both ways, as a trainer and as a student.
Yeah.
As a student, if you don't speak up, nothing gets fixed. I stress that a lot.
So this kind of leads into my next one. You ready, guys? All right. And I've seen a lot of videos on this. Recent video of a fellow YouTuber that I've kind of spoke to and talked to, watched his channel some. So I'm gonna throw the question to Junior, let him answer it, see what's what. So where in the truck is the best place to store the pee bottles?
What? Man.
And y'all know y'all seen them videos out there. Y'all know y'all seen them.
Hold on, he's saying the best place to store the pee bottles. Man, you crazy. Ain't nobody storing nothing. Nothing. There's no need for that. There's no need for that.
Have you ever, in 11 years, have you ever been in a situation where you could not stop the truck and pee? Ever?
Yes. I have. And I was with another student, and it was on a special load. I'll just say that much. And I'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
But it's not something that you go looking for either. You know what I mean? So it's not something that happens. And that was just a one-time thing. And I'll never forget, we was in New Jersey. But again, the way things are being done now with these guys and pee bottles, it's like, there's so many other things that you can do other than pee bottles. And if you're gonna do it alone. If you're gonna train, you can't be doing that stuff, man. You cannot be doing that stuff. Come on, people. Even as a woman, they say they got this little, what is it? The cup,
like a funnel,
like a funnel type thing. No.
Come on, yeah. Maybe if you're by yourself, hey, do whatever. But
all right.
Say I knew nothing about it, you know, and I come on here, and next thing I know, I hear what sounds like in my mind what's going on back there. I'm gonna have questions. I'm like, is that the norm? We couldn't just pull over or whatever?
And we've done it.
Yeah. Oh, we've done it.
Meaning,
not in the bottle. No,
right.
We stopped.
No, yeah.
We're talking about 5 minutes, if that, at the most. Pull over, put yourself off duty, get out, do your business.
Sanitize your hands, because I have.
Yeah. Sanitizer all on both sides.
One on each end. So.
And move on, man. I don't understand that, how people were posting pictures of Gatorade bottles and saying, you know, make sure you have the right size, and come on.
The right size.
Yeah, I guess some pee more than others. I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
Man.
All right. So the expectations. All right, we got through that. Now I'm going to go a little bit of the training. Now I'm in my third day. This is getting kind of long. I want to kind of wrap it up here a little bit, but I do want to go over a little bit of training things because, how do you ask questions if you have no knowledge of trucking other than what they've told you in these classes, which is very, very small. I'm talking about when you go to PSD, thankfully I already had somewhat of experience a little bit when I came in here, but I can't imagine coming here green, how much anxiety you have, and you're throwing all this paperwork, and you got to learn this stuff, and you got days to do it or whatever, you know. So when you get on the truck, you know, how to ask questions. What I mean by that is do your research first. So what are you asking about? What do you even ask about? What question do you need to ask? Well, Junior on his channel, I'll try to link in my comments below. He has a checklist, okay? It's a 3-page checklist that basically walks you through probably not everything, but a lot of stuff that you're going to need to know when you're truck driving, right? No one else. This is not a company-wide thing. This is something that he's done on his own. And it's everything that you're going to need, not everything,
right?
The majority of everything you're going to need to know when you're on this truck to operate and run your business, okay? Run your truck. So I'll put that in a link in the description down here. Click on that, guys, and I even asked. I spoke to Junior about this before and said, "Hey, do you think anybody, my trainer, would have a problem? Do you think if I was to break that list out, just to kind of make sure there's nothing that's being missed. If I don't, because I don't know what to ask.
Well,
and he told me
he shouldn't have a problem.
See,
he shouldn't have a problem, because if he's a trainer that wants to get better at what he does, if he's a trainer that's open about things, if he's a trainer that's not selfish, if he's a trainer that's willing to change, he's going to allow that checklist to come aboard, because one, it could help you. Two, it could help him. It could even better his ways of teaching. It could help him add to what he teaches, if he teaches any. I mean, it's a good thing overall. So nobody should have a problem with that. And it's a list that I created to kind of give you the rundown of what you need to know when you get on your own. Some people don't even get half of that, man. Some people are so worried about the miles. It ain't about the miles, but I've always said that. It's not about the miles, it's about the knowledge.
yeah.
And if you get on my truck, you gotta know stuff.
And I definitely appreciate that.
Because you can run 100,000 miles and not know how to slide your tandems.
Right.
Because one, you wasn't taught. Two, you don't have initiative. Three, you don't ask questions. So, and that happens.
Right.
That happens. At that point, you become a steering wheel holder. You know what I mean? And you don't want that.
No.
So,
well, we're 26 minutes in already. You want to go over? You want to talk about something real quick or close out? What do you want? What do you want to do? What do you think? What do you think? I think the training stuff is a little. I'm still learning a lot for that, and I think I'm gonna do another video on. If Junior doesn't mind, I'm gonna do another video later on.
I'm gonna say something to that. You know, when we were just talking about this on the Friday meeting at the terminal. What I'll say is, guys, when you come out here, your main focus is training, learning this stuff, not recording, not doing a video, not while you're driving, not, you know, again, there's a time and place for everything. He told me he's got a YouTube channel. I said, cool. I said, just understand that we're gonna learn this, teach you this, and that should be a priority. He said, yes, I'm good with that. Then I suggested if he wanted to do a video, then we could do it. I'm open to that. We're down, we're doing nothing. You know, the training, the teaching happens 24/7. We still got to get a break from that as well, but we got to know how to do it.
Right.
We're stopped. We got something to eat. We came back. I took a little nap. We went in, showered, came back. What are we going to do? We're going to rest. Again, I could sit here and cram all this stuff about doing this, doing that, and it'll come. We're going to be doing this every day. So I said, you know, step away from this, and I got to give you guys a break. It ain't just about this. Again, but if you're the type that is worried about the miles, or you're the type that's worried about doing videos, this ain't for you. This is not for you. As a trainer, I have to see that the student has initiative. I have to see that the student wants to do this. And I told my students, every student, I told Terry, I will never put you in a situation where it's going to jeopardize your job, your life, or your family. Vice versa. It's all about safety, guys. It's all about safety and priorities. What is your priority right now?
Get through training, learn as much as I can, and
if we
be successful for my family.
And if he gets a chance to do a video in 2 weeks, then that's what it's going to be. But it is not something that he's going to be focused on. If he wants to become a vlogger, stay home.
Right.
And, you know, there's other people doing it from home. This ain't the thing for you.
So with that being said, guys, I wanted to come out here just basically, Junior let me do this, give a quick video. So I'm in training, just to let you know where I am, out on the road, and I don't even know how many, I know it's day 3. I don't know how many miles. I really you're not paying attention to miles. I
Right.
know about that much. And real quick, I thought I was very comfortable driving. No, I've had 2 hard days of driving in the wind, and I've now got Popeye arms from driving this damn 80,000 pound truck. But so keep an open mind, guys. Even if you come in here with a CDL license already, just keep an open mind and be open to learning stuff, you know, because there's a lot out there in the world that we all don't know yet, you know, and get some knowledge from the ones that do know.
And I'm gonna squeeze this in there. If you're not being taught, speak up.
Right.
That's all you can do.
I appreciate it.
So the person in charge of the TNT is Chris Martin. That's who you want to talk to, Chris Martin or Steve Tassin. So
guys, thank you. If you have a question, throw them in the comments down below. I'll put a link to my boss's page. And like I said, he's got tons of videos on questions and how to do everything, just about. But if there's something that's not in there, throw me a question or click on one of his and throw him a question, and we'll answer them for you. So,
yeah. Or leave a comment below, and I'll keep tabs on it.
So thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a good evening.
All right, guys. Be safe.
See you.